Hi guys, welcome back to the Yorkshire Modeller, and we are now on to issue 34 of the Hachette Partworks Battleship Bismarck. So with issue 34 we get loads, like I said last week, stick a label on a cable and then we get that. So it looks like we get the majority of the parts for the radar control centre on this one. So I'll do the camera down on the table, we'll have a look and see what we get. So, issue 34. Basically it is all the parts for the radar control centre. I think the last thing we don't do it in this issue, but one thing that we will do soon is attach all this onto what we've already built. So what I'll do, I'll just put this off to one side and I will get the parts out that we need. So we're going to need cutters, we're going to need a knife, we're going to need a file. I've got a few extra bits this time. We're going to need super glue, which I've got over here. There we go. Right, so get everything ready. If I can get in this box, we will get everything sorted. So, let's take all these parts out, all the bits that we need, all the bits that we don't necessarily need for this week. There are a couple of bits that we don't need this week, so I'll make sure that we put all of those away to one side. Now you do get some photo etch again with this one, so take care with those. And then we've got the gears there, and then the bracing part there. Right, so that's everything for this week, all the parts here. So what we need first is this. So remove the 6 lockers K2 from frame 34.6, take the control centre, which is this bit, and use a little super glue to fix the lockers K2 on the port side as shown. So which one's those 6? 6 is this one. So that one there, and then you've got the 6 lockers there. So I'll just move all of these parts over to the side. Now I'm going to use Tamiya glue for this bit, because this is just plastic on plastic. So this bit should be quite simple. 2. Right. So it looks like all of these lockers are the same, basically. Oopsie. There we go. So, each one of these lockers, put them in place, and the actual door handles should face forward on all of these. So there's like a little, I don't know whether you make it out on my camera, probably not, there's like a little, that nearly got lost, there's like a little nub that has to face towards the front. I think is the front anyway. That's it. So there's one in. So this bit's quite simple, so it's just gluing plastic to plastic. So I'll cut here and we'll get you back when we've done all the lockers. So that bit's all done. So you can see there, that's the little nubs that are facing towards the rounded end of this part. So same on that side and on that side. Now the next part of the instructions, cut the 2 radar arms K1 from the frame, so from the same frame that we've just used for the lockers. Ensure, and I'll try again, glue the first arm K1 onto the to the radar unit 34.2, which is this one, so this kind of coffin shaped thing. ensuring that it is pointing in the right direction. See step 4. Right, so if we cut these 2 bits off here, so now ensuring the face in the right direction is because on these radar arms, you've got 2 little nubs on one side, but nothing on the other. Now those 2 little nubs face where those 2 little dots are. So it's like 2 little holes for something. So those nubs just sit in that way around like that, and they face straight towards there. So I'll do the same thing again. I'll get those glued in, and then we'll show you what they look like. So there we've got the 2 radar arms attached, and like I say, it goes on the side with the 2 little nubs, and then the other side where it should be flat. Oh, that's still blue, still drying. Where the flat sides go is the bit where it's got like the little ladder type thing there. So put that off to one side. Now it's the gearbox for the radar. So position the control centre upside down on your work surface. Identify the cog 34.9. You'll also need one of the shafts. So if we get this open. Well, that did nada. There we go. So pop those shafts there. So the cog 34.9 is this one that's kind of got the that thing on it just there protruding up. Fit the shaft of the cog into the larger hole. So that goes in that way round. The shaft of the cog goes into that little hole. Whoops. Light would be good there. That little hole just there. And then so it goes in like that, and fit the shaft into the centre of the cog. So we'll just pop that in there just like that. Fit the cog 34.10 and the second shaft 34.12 in the next hole in the control centre. Now, so this cog is the one that's got 2 cogs attached, so that one there. And then the next hole in the control centre, the smaller rim of the teeth engage with the teeth of 34.9. Next you'll need the next cog, which I've got just there. So if I just pop that one into there like that. And set the shaft. Pin that in place. Oh, you swine. I knew that was going to happen. So I'm going to put that shaft in there first. So the second shaft that you get goes in that second hole back. Like that. And then this cog goes on top of that shaft. I'll line that up like that. There we go. So that all looks like that. Fit the cog 34.11 onto the first shaft, 34.12. Its teeth engage with the larger rim of the teeth on the part that we've just installed. Next you will need the mounting plate, which is this one. And 3 PB screws. If I grab the PB screws, hope that doesn't move that around too much, not too bad, right? So I need to change my blade on this knife. There we go. So screwdriver, so that's all notched into place. So this cog goes with the cross, with the teeth on the cog facing down, the cross facing up, and then that will sit in there like that. So that all attaches like that. And then fix the mounting plate in place. Let's see now. So that must go in that way round. Like that. Does it fit that way? Yep, that's fine. Does it though? Let's have a look at these instructions. Ah, fits in that way. So, there. That's it. Then we use 3 of these PB screws. So, same as I always do it this way, where as soon as they bite, and they're in a little bit, that's when I put the next screw in, because you can always tighten them up, but you don't want to over tighten them and then, there we go, it not, like one screw not sit properly. There we go. And then the last one in there. So that's all the cogs and everything attached. That part's in nicely. Insert the motor. Where's the motor gone? That might be on the other side of my room. Yes, it is. There we go. So, insert the shaft of the motor 33.1, so that's what we did last week. Whoops. That's those, I'm assuming. Insert the shaft of the motor 33.1 into the centre of the cog and fix the motor in place with 2 PB 1.7 by 6mm screws supplied with issue 33. So, where did I put the screws that we got with issue 33? So I've got those screws that we got with issue 33, so you do get 3 of them, and these are quite long ones, these. So if we get the motor lined up, there we go, and then screw this in place. So this is exactly the same as what you've done for the motors for the gearbox on the forward gun. So I will cut this again, just attach these, and then we'll go from there. So I've got the radar motor all attached there. Now, on the instructions, it shows that the cable is coming out of the rounded part of the control centre, so I've just copied that straight over onto this one. So that bit's all done there. So next is the metal parts for the radar and the superstructure. So if we get the photo etch bits and this part here, so place the base of the radar on your worktop. Remove part 1 from the metal plate using tweezers or side cutters. So part 1 is are these labelled up? I don't think they are they? No. So 1 is the circular piece. So right, I'll get this part cut out, and then I'll show you what each part looks like. Right, so circular parts off. Turn over the base of the radar unit, which is this part here. So this kind of hexagonal piece is facing up, and apply a little super glue to the 2 pins of the metal part and insert them into the holes in the side of the radar unit indicated by the arrows. So a cocktail stick, dab of glue in the hole, dab of glue in the hole on the other side, a little more glue than I wanted, and then we'll just drop that in there and there. So now that piece is a very, very tight fit, but you can see it all on there as well. So now what I'm going to do with these the next few steps, because it's cutting pieces off of this, which is quite delicate, and it does take a while, so I'm going to stop recording. I'm going to cut all these bits out, and I'm going to show you what everything looks like once it's all done. Right then, so whoop, you're back on. There we are. So that's the circular bit attached, and then on the radar you've got the two kind of other metal bits attached onto there. Now the next part is the ladders. So identify the 2 ladders for and cut them from the sprue. Glue the first ladder 4 on the starboard side of the control centre, the second on the port side of the control centre. So I've already cut these, I've already cut the 4 ladders off. So what I can do, it's the 2 small ones that you want in on here. And these just go into the little 4 holes just there. So I'm just going to put a dab of super glue in each hole. That should hopefully then drop that in. So that will hold that in place like that. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So that's on there as well. So that's that done. Now cut the 2 ladders 5 from the sprue. Glue the first ladder on the port side of the superstructure. So if we bring in what we've done up to now, so these 2 ladders, the 2 longer ones, kind of go just behind these wackle tofts, I think they were called. So there's the 4 holes just there. So just do the same thing. Drop a super glue there, and that's a bit tiny bit more. That in flies. And then just gently push that into place. So it sits in like that, just in there, and then we'll do exactly the same on the other side. Now, what I'm doing with this, what I seem to be finding easier, is to pretty much line it up where you need it, and then just drop the part in, And then use your finger or the back of your tweezers just to press it into place. So, like that. So that's all done. Further details for the radar and control centre. Fit on the radar antenna, which is this black piece here. On the front of the radar unit, it should protrude clearly above the top and fix in place with a little super glue. Now, these last few bits are just plant-on details that I'll glue on, and then I'll show you all parts that we've got up to now, what it all looks like, and then obviously what's coming next week. We're done with all the extra plant-on bits, so this is the actual housing itself, and then we've got all the plant-on parts there and a few on this side here. These are incredibly fiddly, especially these 5 round here. I lost one of them, and it's just taken me 3/4 of an hour searching my carpet to find it. So it's dark out now. So those all just get glued on, and then there is one more there, and then you've got like the actual radar itself, and then there's the one plant on detail there. So that's all sorted. So once you've glued everything in place, and just like we've done before, just follow the instructions as they come up, each individual step, just working your way through. Check the fit of the radar unit, which is this part here, onto the base, and check that the screw fitted earlier, see page 6, step 2 is fully tightened, and then glue the radar in place. Like that, and then just a couple of dabs of this plastic glue on there, and then I'll just do the same with the other side so it's a pretty secure bond. There we go. And then that is all attached on there. So what this will eventually look like is that wire will feed through there, and that will sit on there like that. Just to give a little bit of a better idea how this will look. But that is issue 34 done. So yeah, issue 34 done. I do wish they'd have sent us more parts last week, because that's ridiculous how much we've got this week compared to last week. Now next week we get the next kill section and the jig for keeping the whole hull up on. So that's going to be a quick build. We have still got some plant-on details that have come with this issue, so they get saved until a future issue. So yeah, that's issue 34 sorted. Issue 35 will be up next Thursday as normal, but for the time being, remember to like, share and subscribe to the Yorkshire Modeller, and I will see you next Thursday for Battleship Bismarck. Happy modelling, everyone.